Chosen one, you did not press play by accident. You were led here by divine appointment, by a timing so perfect that only heaven could orchestrate it. Something in your spirit has already been sensing it, a pull, a stirring, a holy disruption in the atmosphere around your life. And now, Anointed One, this message comes as confirmation. You are standing at the threshold of a supernatural financial breakthrough. A divine wealth transfer is gathering in the unseen, and your name is written on it. Chosen one, heaven has been preparing you for this moment long before you even prayed for it. The road, the trials, the stretching, none of it was random. You were being shaped for abundance, refined for responsibility, positioned for influence. For it is the Lord your God who gives you the power to get wealth, and that power is awakening within you right now. This is not just another video. This is a prophetic summons, a spiritual call to rise into the identity heaven has always seen in you. As you listen, let your faith stand at attention. Let your spirit open. Something is shifting even now. Chosen one, you're about to become a billionaire, and here are the signs heaven has been sending you. Chosen one, listen closely. What you are feeling in this season is not an accident, not a coincidence, and certainly not your imagination. It is divine positioning. You are being placed strategically, intentionally, and supernaturally into a realm of increase your past could never have fully prepared you for. I know that sensation well. I've lived through seasons where something deep in my spirit whispered, something is coming, something is shifting, even when nothing in my circumstances suggested change. Looking back, I understand now that the spirit always detects movement in the unseen before the mind can make sense of it. When heaven begins to rearrange things on your behalf, your inner world reacts first. And chosen one, that inner stirring you've been feeling, the quiet anticipation, the sudden clarity, the feeling that success is drawing nearer to you, is not random. It is heaven signaling that your name has entered a season of supernatural wealth transfer. When God says, "It's time," no force on earth can delay or diminish what has been ordained. The world may call what's happening to you luck, timing, or coincidence, but you and I know it is destiny. You are not chasing success the way others do. You are being prepared to steward it. Heaven is raising people in this hour who will not simply accumulate wealth, but carry it with purpose. Divine billionaires are being shaped in hidden places, in prayer, in pressure, in moments of surrender. And yes, chosen one, you are one of them. Not everyone will understand this message, and truthfully, not everyone is meant to. Only those who feel that deep vibration in their spirit, the ones who already sense heaven drawing closer, can receive a word like this. If your heart is stirring as you hear these words, it's because your spirit recognizes divine truth when it arrives. Think back for a moment. The signs have been all around you, the unexpected ideas that appear out of nowhere, the inner nudges urging you toward decisions you haven't fully understood, the sudden opportunities that seem accidental yet arrive at the perfect time, the people who cross your path in ways too precise to be coincidence. I've lived this too. There were moments when a tiny whisper, "Call this person, write this thought down, take this step," ended up guiding me into blessings I didn't even know were connected to those small acts of obedience. I didn't realize it then, but I understand now. Those whispers were divine instructions in disguise. Chosen one, heaven has been orchestrating details around your life long before you recognized the pattern. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned. When God positions you, nothing and no one can uproot you. And in this season, abundance is beginning to sense your arrival just as strongly as you are sensing its approach. That is why your spirit feels calmer even when circumstances look the same. That is why you've stopped panicking over things that once overwhelmed you. Something inside you already knows. The shift has begun. When heaven writes your next chapter, everything begins to align. Doors open without force, opportunities find you without striving, favor follows you without explanation. And chosen one, if something in your heart is awakening, rising, or responding right now, take this as confirmation. You are not stepping into wealth by accident. You are stepping into destiny by design. And this is only the beginning. Chosen one, hear me clearly. What is happening across your life right now is not random. It is divine orchestration unfolding with precision so exact that even the delays, losses, and disappointments of your past were quietly shaping you for what is now being released. We are living in a season where heaven is shifting resources, influence, and opportunity away from those who misuse them and into the hands of those who can be trusted. And you, yes, you, are being counted among the trustworthy. You may not fully see it yet, but something in your spirit already knows that a greater rearrangement has been taking place behind the scenes. Maybe you've walked through financial struggle, unexpected endings, doors closing right when you needed them open, or seasons of waiting so long that you began to wonder if God had forgotten you. But, chosen one, none of that was punishment. It was positioning. I say this from experience. Some of the hardest seasons of my life were not setbacks, they were setups. When God prepares a chosen one for elevation, He does not begin with comfort. He begins with correction, refinement, and spiritual strengthening. Before the transfer comes the test. Before the promise comes the process. What looked like breakdown was actually breakthrough in disguise, a restructuring of everything that would have held you back. And I know it may sound strange, but even the confusion you felt, the nights you questioned your purpose, the moments you wanted to walk away, all of that was part of the spiritual preparation required for the level you are stepping into now. Chosen one, you must understand something. When heaven speaks of wealth, it is never limited to money. Divine wealth is influence, creativity, spiritual authority, clarity, and the ability to open doors for others that they could never open for themselves. True wealth begins in the spirit long before it manifests in the physical, and that is why you've been experiencing deeper dreams, intense intuition, sudden insights, and moments of spiritual sensitivity you can't explain. Heaven has been revealing blueprints in pieces through your thoughts, your restlessness, your desires, your encounters, your inner shifts. There is a reason you have outgrown certain environments, conversations, and people. There is a reason mediocrity frustrates you now. There is a reason your spirit has been restless around anything that feels small, limiting, or misaligned. This is what happens when heaven upgrades your identity before upgrading your circumstances. And yes, chosen one, the resistance you've faced lately is also a sign. Whenever a major promotion is near, warfare intensifies. The enemy never attacks what is empty. He attacks what is becoming valuable. If your pressure has increased, if your battles have intensified, if your circle has shrunk, and your solitude has grown, it is because heaven's resources are aligning with your name, and the spiritual realm knows who you are even before you see it. I have lived this myself. The moments when everything felt the hardest were the moments I was closest to breakthrough. The moments I thought I was falling apart were the moments something new was being constructed inside me. And the same is happening for you. Chosen one, wealth is not evil. Money is not dangerous. It is a neutral instrument that amplifies whatever energy holds it. In the hands of the wicked, it becomes corruption. But in the hands of the righteous, in the hands of someone who has survived lack, learned compassion, endured betrayal, and developed humility, it becomes a weapon of healing, restoration, and transformation. That is why God is raising divine billionaires in this generation. People like you. People who have been trained through hardship, shaped through fire, and refined through seasons others would have collapsed in. You are ready now. You are being entrusted with abundance because you know what it means to live without it. And you are being elevated not to shine for yourself, but to build, to restore, to uplift, and to impact. This is your season of supernatural transfer. Your name is being aligned with favor, opportunity, and increase that cannot be explained through human logic. Chosen one, before divine abundance manifests in your life, it always begins as a stirring in the spirit, a quiet inner knowing that whispers, "You were created for more." That is why lately you have felt restless, unsatisfied, and unable to settle for the life you once tolerated. You may look around and see the same surroundings, the same responsibilities, the same routines, but something inside you refuses to believe that this is all there is. That holy discontent you feel is not greed, it is heaven awakening you. I know this feeling intimately. I remember seasons where everything around me looked ordinary, but something deep within me kept insisting that something greater was calling my name. It was as if my spirit outgrew my circumstances before my circumstances changed, and that inner stretching was the first sign that God was preparing to elevate me. Chosen one, the same thing is happening to you. You are no longer able to sit in complacency because your destiny refuses to shrink to fit your comfort. This is why you can no longer tolerate lack the way you used to. This is why mediocrity makes your spirit feel heavy. This is why conversations that once entertained you now feel empty and lifeless. Heaven is pulling you upward, expanding your spirit to match the abundance written over you. When God calls a chosen one to wealth, He first changes their mindset. He dismantles every limiting belief, every lie you were taught about money, every fear you once carried about wanting more. You begin realizing that wealth, when handled with purpose, is holy. It is not about greed, it is about growth. It is not about ego, it is about assignment. You start to understand that money is not the destination, but the vehicle. It funds visions. It creates opportunities. It lifts others. It shifts atmospheres. It fulfills the purpose heaven has placed inside you. Chosen one. This is why your circle has been shifting. God is removing people who feed your insecurity and surrounding you with influences that feed your expansion. You cannot walk into a billionaire calling while entertaining people who think like beggars. You cannot carry a kingdom-sized assignment while holding on to relationships built on fear, jealousy, or small thinking. And if you've found yourself losing interest in old friendships, old habits, old entertainment, it is because heaven is transforming your appetite. I've lived this myself. There were seasons when God emptied my circle so drastically that I thought I was being abandoned. But in truth, He was clearing space for the next version of me, the version that could handle wealth, purpose, and influence without breaking under the weight. Another sign you're stepping into divine wealth is the sudden flow of ideas, visions, business concepts, strategies, creative sparks that come to you out of nowhere. These are not random thoughts. They are prophetic downloads, divine blueprints being whispered into your spirit by the Holy Spirit and the angels assigned to your destiny. Every idea you receive is a seed from heaven, carrying the potential to become a door of abundance if you act on it. God does not drop money from the sky. He drops instruction, and the chosen ones who prosper are the ones who obey quickly. When heaven says move, you move. When heaven says start, you start. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in my life came from simple acts of obedience that made no sense at the time, but opened supernatural doors I could never have predicted. And, chosen one, understand this. Before financial breakthrough comes mental breakthrough. God will confront your doubts, your fears, your unworthiness, your hesitation. He will teach you that speaking abundance, thinking abundance, and walking in abundance long before you see it is not delusion, it is faith. And faith attracts what fear repels. This is why your energy has been shifting. This is why people sense something different about you, even if they can't explain it. Your inner world is aligning with your destiny, and heaven is preparing to fund what it has formed within you. You are not being greedy, you are being called. You are not chasing money. You are stepping into purpose. And your name is being written onto the next chapter of divine prosperity even now. Chosen one, when heaven prepares to elevate you into a realm of divine wealth, the signs do not appear loudly. They appear subtly, quietly at first, like whispers of destiny brushing against your spirit. And whether you recognized it or not, these signs have already begun showing up in your life. One of the first signs is the deep, unexplainable peace you've felt in the middle of uncertainty. Even when your bank account didn't reflect abundance, even when your circumstances looked nothing like your calling, something in your spirit refused to panic. You just knew something big was coming. That peace wasn't denial, it was divine assurance. I've experienced this countless times. Before every major breakthrough in my life, there was always a calm that made no sense, a stillness that contradicted everything I saw around me. That kind of peace doesn't come from logic, it comes from heaven. And chosen one, that peace is a sign that you've passed the test of trust. Another sign is your detachment from material obsession. Ironically, God doesn't bless a chosen one with wealth until they stop worshipping it. You may have noticed that your desire for luxury as validation has faded. You no longer crave applause or status symbols. Instead, you crave purpose, freedom, and impact. You can feel your heart shifting from wanting to impress people to wanting to express the assignment you were born with. This transition is holy. God prepares your hands for abundance only after He secures your heart in humility. I remember when this shift happened to me. The things I once thought I needed no longer held power over me. The moment I stopped needing money for my identity was the moment God began trusting me with greater provision. And the same shift is occurring within you. Chosen one, another unmistakable sign is the increase of divine inspiration, ideas, visions, concepts flowing to you with more frequency and clarity. These are not ordinary ideas. They are spiritual downloads, whispers from heaven meant to position you for impact and abundance. You may find yourself dreaming bigger, thinking differently, seeing possibilities where others see problems. This is heaven's way of showing you the blueprint of what's coming. Write these ideas down. Protect them. They are seeds of your empire, and one act of obedience can turn a divine idea into generational wealth. I've seen this happen in my own life. The ideas that changed my destiny were the ones that came when I wasn't trying, when I was simply aligned. Another powerful sign: divine connections. People you never expected to meet suddenly appearing. Conversations unfolding at the perfect moment. Opportunities opening from directions you weren't even looking toward. These are not coincidences. These are angelic appointments. Heaven positions destiny helpers in your path when your season of elevation is near. Sometimes it's a mentor, sometimes a friend, sometimes a stranger who speaks a single sentence that shifts your entire perspective. When the right people begin to appear, your breakthrough is already on its way. The next sign is unusual favor, doors opening easily, things aligning effortlessly, opportunities flowing without force. This is the grace of acceleration. What once took years now takes months or weeks. What once exhausted you now comes with ease. I've lived this as well. When heaven backs your movement, your effort multiplies. What others call luck is simply divine timing. You are shifting from striving to flowing, from pushing to attracting. And then, chosen one, there are the signs everyone misunderstands: the closed doors, the sudden endings, the relationships that fall apart, the opportunities that dry up without warning. These are not losses. These are divine pruning moments. God removes everything that cannot go with you into your next level. Every no becomes a divine redirection to a better yes. When God begins clearing your path quickly, it means your elevation is close. Chosen one. All these signs point to one truth. Heaven is preparing you not for small blessings, but for overflow. The very fact that you're recognizing these signs means you're already aligning with divine abundance. And the next part of your journey will reveal why everything had to happen exactly the way it did. Chosen one. Before divine wealth is released into your hands, heaven must ensure that your spirit, your motives, your character, and your capacity are ready to carry what ordinary people would crumble under. That is why your journey has not been easy. That is why the path you've walked has been different, heavier, more demanding than others around you. Divine elevation requires divine preparation. And whether you realized it or not, you have been walking through a series of spiritual tests, each one designed not to break you, but to build you. I speak this with reverence because I've lived these tests myself. I know what it feels like to wait while others accelerate, to lose what you thought you needed, to be stripped down to nothing but faith. But every test carried a hidden purpose, and now I see that they were preparing me for levels of influence and provision I could not have handled before. Chosen one, the same refining has been happening in your life, and now you are standing at the final gate before manifestation. The first test you walked through was the test of patience. Heaven allowed delays not to discourage you, but to strengthen you. Waiting seasons are training grounds for those who are called to carry abundance without collapsing under timing. When I tell you that waiting is one of heaven's greatest tools, I say it as someone who has been refined in that fire. You learn to trust God without proof, to move without clarity, to believe even when nothing in the physical world made sense. That patience has now become spiritual weight, armor you will need when your influence expands. The next test was integrity. God watched you in private moments, in hidden decisions, in situations where shortcuts were available, but your spirit refused to compromise. You preserved your character even when no one was watching. And that is why heaven can now trust you with platforms, resources, and influence. Every temptation you resisted became proof that your heart could hold power without corruption. Then came the test of humility. Seasons when you were overlooked, misunderstood, or underestimated were not setbacks, they were divine safeguards. Humility is protection, not punishment. God needed to ensure that when you rise without arrogance, that your success would not become your downfall. I lived this test too. There were times when God kept me small on purpose so He could grow my heart before growing my influence. And you, chosen one, have passed this test with grace. The next test was loss. Painful, unexpected, heartbreaking loss. Loss that felt unfair. Loss that made you question your worth and your direction. But every loss carved space for something greater. Heaven removed what was unstable, unaligned, or unworthy of your destiny. Loss birthed clarity. Loss sharpened discernment. Loss made you unattached to what doesn't serve your purpose. And then heaven tested you through isolation. This was one of the hardest tests of all. When God hides a chosen one, it feels like abandonment, but it is actually protection. He pulled you away from noise, distractions, and relationships that would have sabotaged your elevation. Isolation taught you to hear God without interference, to trust your inner voice, and to build spiritual strength in silence. After that came the test of generosity. Heaven watched you give even when it hurt, bless others even when you lacked, and act in faith when fear shouted louder. Generosity in scarcity is one of the most powerful indicators of readiness for abundance. And you chose faith over fear. Finally, chosen one, the greatest test was stewardship. How you handled the small before heaven releases the large. You took care of what didn't look like enough. You stayed faithful with little. You honored what others ignored. And this single truth is what activates the supernatural transfer. You can be trusted. Heaven does not fund ego. Heaven funds assignment. Heaven funds humility, purity, obedience, and purpose. You have proven all of this. So now the divine decree stands. You are ready. Ready for increase. Ready for influence. Ready for abundance that no longer breaks you, but builds you. Your billionaire season is not a fantasy. It is alignment, preparation, and destiny converging at once. Everything you endured was not wasted. It was foundational. And now, chosen one, heaven is saying, step forward. The promise is prepared. The blessing is released. The wealth is waiting for you. Chosen one, as this message comes to a close, feel the weight of what heaven is releasing over you in this very moment. You are not standing at the edge of your breakthrough. You are standing in it. This is your Kairos moment, the divinely appointed time where preparation meets promise, and where every seed you planted in faith begins to rise into full manifestation. The shift is no longer approaching, it is unfolding around you with every breath you take. You have endured the refining, embraced the call, and aligned your spirit with the frequency of abundance. And now heaven is honoring your faith with acceleration. Chosen one, step forward with reverence. Walk with holy confidence. Everything that once resisted you is now bowing to divine timing. The blessings assigned to your name. The opportunities crafted specifically for your purpose. The resources aligned with your calling. They are already in motion. You are not chasing wealth. Wealth is recognizing you. You are not searching for open doors. Doors are opening because your presence carries assignment. So, as you rise into this new season, guard your heart, nurture your spirit, and stay aligned with the flow of the anointing. Move with gratitude, speak with authority, and expect heaven's favor to meet you at every turn. If your spirit bears witness to this truth, declare it below, share it with another chosen one, and stay connected to this space of revelation. Go forth, anointed one. Walk in what heaven has already written. Your billionaire season has begun.